Okay, so that pretty much covered the guys in Sudan that they were following. Clearly, they just wanted to have sex and babies, so they could have sex with more babies. Because I just don't understand, why would you want to serve these guys? Like, look what they were the guys over. It was just full of lust. Gods of Moab. The Chemosh is a god that they served, and that was a god of victory in war and protection from enemies. And I can understand that, you know what I'm saying, just because I've seen it. I want y'all to know, I've seen a lot of stuff when I was young that I shouldn't see. And when you see Skeleton Key and all of that, where they be playing those ruckus in the back and all that root work be going on, that's real. Let me be the first to say it. If don't nobody else want to say it, that crap is real. But guess what happens? If you keep taking from these demons and you ain't got nothing to give, eventually it's going to come back on you. That's why you can pray for protection while you're going out here and doing all this crazy stuff, and then the person still end up in prison. And they be like, all that root work and they still end up in prison. Oh, yo, you got to be able to get these demons something. You got your hand out, what you going to give me? And it says, King Solomon of Israel built a sanctuary to him east of Jerusalem. So, yep, so the Moabites pretty much looks like they only worship the Chemosh deity, the god deity of victory and war and protection. That's all I could find on it. Not necessarily say that's all they did, but that's all I could find. And the gods of the Ammonites were Milcom, and they did astronomy, bull imagery, and it was an older deity, close relation to Molech. That's what I got. And you already know Molech got the bull head. Crap, I ain't even finna be doing that mess. But yeah, so you already know if it was close to Molech, they did a lot of children sacrifices over there. Y'all already know they did a lot. But yeah, of astronomy. So y'all already know how that went. Follow the northern star. Oh, that's Uranus, and that's Orion, and all these deities. But yeah, anyways, let's talk about the Philistine gods now. All right, so the Philistine gods was Baal, Ashtaroth, Asherah, Dagon. Dagon was like bounty, fertility, vegetation, crop fertility, could revive the dead, great magic. Okay, so you hear about a lot of this stuff over there in like Haiti and everything, where somebody came to a root worker, and after they die, they dig up their bodies and they walk in zombies and stuff like that. I know a lot of y'all, that's too much for y'all to take in. I don't care. If you don't know by now that we are the magical books y'all used to read, oh freaking well. I can definitely understand now why when I used to see stuff and the crops weren't growing and they were going through, oh, the gods is mad at us because this guy right here was over vegetation, crop fertility. You know what I'm saying? So, and to revive the dead, great magic. It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy how deep this stuff go. And y'all just, I know it's going to be hard for y'all to come to terms with this stuff was real, despite the fact that God has called out all of these in the Holy Bible. It's going to be some lukewarm Christians, and I call a lot of people lukewarm Christians. I don't call the people that's just reading the Bible, going to church on Sunday and then doing their thing, who don't read the Bible, or they always looking up what other people have to say but never pick up the Bible themselves. Oh, I watched this sermon. Oh, I read this article, but you've never read the Bible for yourself. I also call, you know, lukewarm Christians who really don't get in this word, pray, seek God, and hear from God. You know what I'm saying? Because you're afraid. It's people who follow God who are afraid. They don't want to know about this stuff. And I'm not saying go look it up. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of y'all ain't even strong enough to deal with what this is. And some books out there have curses on them. Like, you got to be strong enough to fight the advances of the devil. But you got to know what you up against. You got to know what you up against. It's people right now still saying, oh, witchcraft can't get you if you don't believe in it. When it's a witch right now, strong root workers who can say something in 3 days, you be dead. It's some people right now who are battling stuff and are under witchcraft. Right now, you don't went to many doctors' appointments. Can't no doctor tell you what's wrong with you. They don't know, oh, we ain't never seen this before. We don't know why you ain't getting better. Because it's beyond them. It's beyond them. But y'all too scared to find out what it is. Because y'all don't know how to come to God about it. Y'all don't want to deny that plate and fast. God already told you some stuff you got to fast and pray. You just can't get rid of it with just prayer. And what they do, they tried to take that out of the Bible recently. It was a whole shebang about it, how now you got to go through the footnotes. Oh, if you want to read more, go to this verse. If you want to read more, go to that verse. Just to find out that God said some things you have to denounce and you have to get rid of through fast and praying. But y'all don't want to see it. Y'all don't want to see it. And they do it so slowly that you're going to be so far from God, baby, you ain't going to know how to find them. Alright guys, so that pretty much summed up the gods that God went over, you know what I'm saying? He didn't go into much detail as I did about it. He just said, you know, y'all went to serving other gods, the gods of Aram, Sodom, Moab, and the Ammonites and the Philistines. And then I just took it upon myself to go down and see exactly who they were serving so y'all can kind of get an idea of it, right? And understand what's going on. So chapter 10, verse 7. And the Lord was incensed with Israel. The Lord was pissed off and surrendered them to the Philistines and the Ammonites. So y'all already know the Philistines and the Ammonites served Moloch. So you know it was a lot of child sacrifices. A lot of child sacrifices. And let's get into it. Y'all don't understand that the Israelites followed them. You know what I'm saying? You know, he surrendered us to them. If you want them, you can have them, baby. Let's say that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say we were under their hand and all that. Okay, you want them? Go out there. I guarantee it ain't better than what I got for you. And so you already know we also dealt in child sacrifice. When y'all be giving abortions, y'all be dealing in child sacrifice. Sorry, not sorry. A lot of people gonna try to go ahead and probably get this video banned, but ask me if I care, because I don't. Let's see what else. Yeah. But yeah, and a lot of y'all wonder, and y'all gotta understand, this stuff hit us for generation after generation after generation. You wondering why every so many years your family die in a house fire. You can't understand, like, dang, that happened to such and such baby, that happened to such and such baby. Denounce it off your bloodline. You can't understand why the men in your family keep getting gunned down. Like, dang, my auntie baby died from this or my auntie baby died. They need to stay out in them streets. Baby, if they went in them streets, they probably would have got a straight bullet. You know why? Live by the sword, die by the sword. Denounce it off your bloodline. It's a lot of things that are happening in y'all families, bruh, and y'all can't understand it. Like, why is such and such people? Them people cursed. Them people must be cursed. They must be got something. They do. Quit thinking they must be and they do, and get in the Bible and find out what you got on your family. Period. Let's keep going. God gave him to the Philistines and the Ammonites, right? Oh, you think they better than me? The only reason y'all even have some sort of peace between your enemies is because I got my hands on you. God says you would walk and not get weary or faint because he had his hands on you. So when he surrendered y'all to them, what happened? 10:8. That year, they battered and shattered the Israelites. 18 years. All the Israelites beyond the Jordan in what had been the land of the Amorites in Gilead. Do you remember how your mama used to always tell you, that ain't your friend? Stay away from the people that ain't your friends. And we be so eager to go hang out with the people that ain't our friends. And then all of a sudden they let us know just how much they was never our friend. 10:9. The Ammonites also crossed the Jordan to make war on Judah. Benjamin in the house of Ephraim. Israel was in great distress. I bet y'all was. I bet y'all in distress now, right? Biting the hand that feeds you. Biting the hand that feeds you while these people starving you, baby. I'll never understand. I'll never understand. And I can't judge. I can only get mad. I can't really judge. Well, I guess I can. A lot of y'all need to be judged. A lot of people, they love to say don't judge because people don't want to hear about themselves. But let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. 10:10. Then the Israelites cried out to the Lord. You cried to me? Me who you refused to serve? You didn't want anything to do with me. But now you're calling on me? Me. Baby, let me tell you something. When you leave that person who did everything for you and you see that the streets don't love you, and you go to losing that weight, can't eat, can't sleep, getting hooked on drugs because you realize just how much that person carried you, what they do? I don't care what you do to me. Talk to me how you want to talk to me, baby. Please just take me back. I don't care what I got to go through. You deserve it, baby. Anything you do to me, I deserve it, right? Then the Israelites cried out to the Lord, we stand guilty before you, for we have forsaken our God and have served Baalim. Oh, you stand guilty before me, baby? I already know that. What else? I got hurt so I can go feed my kids, but I'm just so glad we're going over this right now because a lot of y'all don't want to face those spirits. A lot of y'all don't want to face those demons. A lot of y'all don't understand a lot of stuff that y'all are going through and are seeing. It's because it's in your bloodline, baby. And if you don't denounce it and get over it, your children gonna go through it, and their children, their children. God, when God get pissed off about his anointed, baby, he'll curse you 10 generations down the line. We talked about it before, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot, you know what I'm saying? I pray all the time, constantly, God make me righteous. God make me a better person. And I like to think that I'm a good person. I like to think that I am a good person. You know what I'm saying? I like to look out for people when I ain't got nothing to give. I'll give you my last. It's a lot of things I like to do, but I still have to go before the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I've still been a part of gossip before. I still have to get on my knees and say, you know, God, I shouldn't have been involved in that conversation. I still have to think about the past things that I've done and ask God for forgiveness, because just because you don't do those things anymore didn't mean that you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's things that you have to go before the Lord and ask for repentance on, because if you don't, guess what? Those spirits are waiting in the cut. Just waiting for that one chance to get back in and this time bring the gang. You gotta denounce it, baby. You gotta understand that there are things on your bloodline that your family may have done, and God cursed your bloodline 10 generations down the line. It's gonna be happening before you, while you, and after you, baby. Your children gonna have to go through it unless you break the curses. Yeah. So what God said, but the Lord said to the Israelites, I have rescued you from the Egyptians, from the Amorites, the Ammonites, and from the Philistines, from the Sidonians, the Amalek, and the Midianites. Also oppressed you, and when the Midianites also oppressed you. And when you cried out to me, I saved you from them. And baby, I was here every time y'all called me. Every time you called me, I was here. Yet you have forsaken me and have served other gods. No, I will not deliver you again. I gotta recognize, baby, the people who there for you that you keep on beat down, and I was gonna be there for you. And I was gonna be there for you. God will, though, and you'll find out that God will, but people ain't always gonna get beat down like God was willing to. People ain't always gonna forgive you like God is willing to. That's why you're supposed to put your trust in people. You're supposed to put your trust in God. So let's keep going. 10:15. But the Israelites implored the Lord, we stand guilty. Do to us as you see fit. Only save us this day. They removed the alien gods from among them and served the Lord. And he couldn't bear the miseries of Israel. See, baby, God good. They removed the alien lords, the alien deities. The aliens y'all so ready to come down with. Anyways, I ain't gonna go into that. It be some stuff I be wanting to tell y'all, baby, because when I be reading this real time, God be flooding me with stuff. But it be different when I'm going over it again. But anyways, God still can't stand to see y'all miserable. Y'all have did all of this to him, spit in his face time and time again, and God still can't stand to see you miserable. There's so many people right now still turning their back on God, killing the people who love God. And if you denounce right now those spirits that are inside of you, all of these things, if you're a witch out there somewhere right now, God don't suffer a witch to live. But if you turned away from all those things that you've done and you let God know that he is the one true God, and you try to serve him, and baby, it's going to be hard. A lot of stuff going to be coming up against you. He will still deliver you. Now, with certain things, you probably will never come back from because you don't believe you can. It's certain gifts, shall I say, that you're not willing to give up. Let me tell you something. It ain't nothing the devil can give you that God can't give you. The only difference is one come with consequences and one come with blessings. Catch that. But anyways, 10:17. The Ammonites mustered and they encamped in Gilead. And the Israelites massed and they encamped in Mizpah. So remember, they had already decided, man, we going after Judah, we going after Ephraim. Everybody just, they in stress, like, Lord, what we gonna do? Because God surrendered them over, and now they praying to God, and God like, nah, can't stand to see my babies crying. They apologize, they sorry. 10:18. The troops, the officers of Gilead, said to one another, let the man who is the first to fight the Ammonites be chief over all the inhabitants of Gilead. They scared. They don't care. Well, whoever the first one, y'all got it. Who's ever brave enough to stand up against them, baby, y'all got it. Bags gonna hit this dirt out my hand. Oh, sure. That's the end of chapter 10. We have finished.